Welcome to this special duck report. We're in the Hunter Valley talking to local farmer Malcolm McDonald about a secret family recipe. So Malcolm, what are we cooking today? Steak and eggs, mate. That's not bad tucker, mate. Not bad tucker at all. Alrighty then, what's the first thing we need to do? Now the first thing you got to do, mate, is get yourself a good bit of rump. Yeah, good bit of rump. You know, and don't marinate it in any sort of muck overnight, mate. Oh no, you don't want to bugger it up, mate. Oh no. Is this from your own farm, Malcolm? Yeah, well, mate, what we have here is a very expensive bit of rump, I can tell you, mate. Oh, yeah, mate, yeah. It's the bull Tarquin, mate. Yeah, the bugger, mate, you know. He wasn't bloody performing his bully duties, the bugger, you know. He spent all his time over with the steers, mate. He didn't want to know about them cows, mate, the bugger, mate, you know. And, you know, I tried to keep him on, you know. I put him in the retirement paddock, and old Flower tried to kill the bugger. Oh, yeah, mate. So I put him in the main herd, mate, and Blossom tried to kill the bugger, mate. You know, they just weren't having him around, mate, you know. And, well, as a farmer, mate, you've got to make these hard decisions sometimes, mate. And so there you go. Here he is. He's going to end up on a barbie, mate. Mate. Harsh realities of farming, hey there, Malcolm. Is bull meat any different to steer meat? Yeah, bulls make pretty good steak, mate. They really do, mate. Better than steer steak, I can tell you, mate. You wait and see. Why don't you farm bulls then? Mate, bulls are just too hard to work with. That's just how it is, mate. That's just how it is, you know. It's like blokes, mate. You put them all in a group together and all you end up is lots of hassles and aggro, mate. No, just too hard, mate. Just too hard. So how are you going to cook this piece of rump? What you need to do, mate, you need to turn the barbie on. There you go. Get her fired up. There she's going, already smoking already, mate, you know. What you need to do is you heat it up as hot as it'll get, mate. Oh, nice and hot. And you put some fat on there, mate. Get some fat on there. And then you throw your bit of steak on, mate, you know. Good bit of rump, you know. That's what you do, mate. Throw her on there like that. Nice and sizzle on her, mate. You know, get her cooking. So how often should it be turned? Well, mate, what you got to do is you got to turn it a lot and often, mate. Turn it a lot and often. The old wives' tale that you turn it only once or twice or anything, that rubbish, mate, that's a lot of old rubbish, mate. Don't worry, don't listen to that, mate. Just keep turning it over, you know. You know, it's something about cooking a bit of steak, mate, on a barbie, mate. It's primal, if you know what I mean, mate. It's like a caveman, you know, cooking a bit of woolly mammoth over an open fire, mate. Oh, mate, it's part of a bloke's DNA, I reckon, mate, you know. You've either got it or you haven't, you know. Now, mate, mate, I know I'm not in your league, mate. I know that, you know. But I tell you what, mate. There's one thing that'll get the ladies going, mate. Is a bloke cooking on a barbie. Oh, yeah. Oh, mate. That's the way to get the girls, mate. What you got to do is get yourself a barbie and a big bit of steak. Lots of smoke. Lots of fat burning, you know. And that'll do the trick, mate. That'll really do the trick and get the ladies, mate. I can tell you, mate. Mate. Now, when you get to this point, you know, it's starting to get cooking a bit. What you got to do is start thinking about the eggs, mate. Yeah, you got to think about the eggs, mate. And what you got to do then is you keep turning that over and that. You get yourself some cackleberries, mate. And you crack them and throw them on the barbie, mate. Just crack them like that and break them open, mate. Try not to break the yolk. Yeah? Some people like broken yolks, but others don't. You know? So you just do that. Crack them on there and break them open, mate. Oh, I broke that one. Mate, don't worry about that. Don't worry about it, mate. So you keep turning it. There you go. So what about a few veggies? And what you need as far as veggies go, mate, well, what you need there is some celery, mate. Now, tell you what celery's good for, mate. You know? It's a good fly swatter, mate. You can swat them flies and it's really good for that, mate, you know? But whatever you do, don't let the celery touch that bit of steak, mate. Oh, mate, don't let that happen. Oh, look at that, nearly did it. You touch that steak with a bit of celery, mate, you'll end up with celery-flavoured steak, mate. Hey, you don't want that, mate. Oh, no, you wouldn't want that, would you? You know? So keep that handy for swatting the flies and what have you. Now, the other thing you got to do is get a bit of lettuce, mate. You know, now what do? You just chop the sucker up, mate. Just chop her up, you know, like that. No bloody art and science to it, mate. Just chop the sucker up, like that. Do that. Tomatoes, mate. red tomatoes. They look nice, don't they, mate, you know? So what do you do with them? You cut them too. Just cut them in half, you know? And what do you do with all that when you're finished? Now you feed that to your chooks, mate. The chooks will love that, mate. Yeah, that's the best thing for it, mate. That's what you should do with it, mate, you know? There you go. Oh, it's coming up a treat, mate. So how's it served? Now how do you serve it up, mate? Well, what you got to do is make sure it's cooked first, mate. Not like that stuff they serve up in restaurants, mate. That's awful bloody stuff. It's not cooked, mate. I went to a restaurant once, mate, you know, and, mate, it was raw, mate. Raw. Couldn't believe it. Raw. Mate. So what you got to do is make sure it's not raw. Mate, what you got to do is cook the arse out of it, mate. That's the best way to put it, mate. Sorry, being polite, but that's the way you got to do it. So you make sure it's cooked. So when you cut it, there should be no red showing whatsoever, mate. No red at all, mate. You know? Then once you've got it cooked, and we're getting there, mate. We're getting there. What you got to do is get yourself either a plastic plate or better still, a paper plate. I haven't got a paper plate, so I'll have to make do with a plastic one, mate. Now, if you want to be trendy, a bit trendy, you know, what you could do is put your bit of steak between the two bits of bread, mate. Yeah, but that's a bit too modern for me. I'm a traditionalist, mate. What you need to do is put that on your plastic plate there, mate, and I reckon that's pretty well done and dusted, mate. And for that matter, I reckon them eggs are well and truly done and dusted, mate. So we're going to throw that on there. And we're going to throw these on there, just like that, mate. And there you go. We're ready to rock and roll, mate. We really are. Look at that. Couldn't look better than that, could it, mate? Look at that. Pretty good stuff, I reckon, mate. Well, that looks pretty good there, Malcolm. Well, there you go, mate. Better get stuck in and not let poor old Tarquin go to waste, eh, mate? Now, just one more thing, mate. You know, there's a wives' tale about bloody letting a bit of steak rest, mate. Now, I've never heard so much rubbish in my life, mate. Letting it have a rest. What's it want, a bicky and a cup of tea while it has a bloody rest, mate? No, we don't want to do that with it, mate. As soon as it comes off the barbie, get it into you, mate. Get it into you. That's what I reckon you should do. So there you go. Steak and eggs for lunch. I reckon that's going to taste pretty good there, Malcolm. Hey, mate. Hey, mate. You want to know the difference between involvement and commitment, mate? Yeah, mate. Yeah. Well, it's like a steak and egg lunch, mate, you know? Like a steak and egg lunch, you know? Yeah, the chicken was involved, but the cow was committed, mate. Just a little farmer joke there for you, mate. I like that one, mate. Yeah. Well, thanks for that, Malcolm. I'm Quack McMullard for the Duck Report. Bye for now.